Hey guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on, friends? Today we got a hot new video. It is replay dump. Good old replay dump number. I have to check. 1 second. Come on, it is replay dump 6. So that's gonna be obvious to you, but it was not so obvious to me until just right then. Yeah. We're just gonna watch a bunch of replays from today. There was 2 tournaments run by Consciously Eating. I won my first game in the first one, then I lost, and then in the second one I actually won the whole tournament because I was up against CE in the finals and he left, so I assume I just won. But it did not say that. CE won the first one. We have a lot of games we could watch, actually. There's like a lot of choices. But we're just gonna watch games from today, actually. We're gonna be lame because I don't remember what was good and what was not good. Doesn't even tell us the date on these replays, so yeah, maybe we'll just load external. Yeah, this'll do it. Let's go, guys. Spawning in the top left, a guy who's going to be a fan favorite to watch today. We're going to watch a few replays with this guy. Some Remorse. And spawning in the bottom right, me, Cran. And we're going to go up to 16 times and see what happens. I've been using this setup. He uses this setup. He's talking about liking walling. I don't like walling. I have 3 spaces open here. You don't want 2 spaces open. You really want 3. Worker. Wolf's Pass. I hit 1 time. And then I follow, but then I run past. He makes I go in the main for some reason because I want to see if it's 2 down. I get caught, but then he exposes his worker. You have to be so quick to not expose your worker. It's like really stressful. I'm jumping on top of his units, but there is a tower there. I'm trying to afford my workshop. I proxy a workshop. I'm trying to afford my workshop as soon as possible. I drop my tower and it's out of his vision range, and he tries to stall my push, but I've gotten pretty good about protecting my worker, and he doesn't want to lose a ton of wolves for no reason. But if the tower goes down, then he's in a bad position. I sort of get us around on some wolves, and I'm just trying to beat down this situation. He's trying to beat down my situation. Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. Yeah, that's what's freaking going on here. I'm shelling the castle because I have 3 katas. He has 1 kata. And I'm just like, I don't want to lose this game. Losing this game would be really bad. I'm starting to think about my second base. He has a lot of wolves. I have 4 katas. Yeah, and then he goes for the Imba pool surround on the tower. It doesn't do any damage to the tower. My worker goes down, my tower goes down. I'm in a bad situation. But I have my second base and I take my third base because I was stacking and not making wolves apparently. We do a little tradesies. I'm trying to bait kata shots, but he cleans up my whole army, but I have 18 workers because I was making workers on one mine. More than 12 workers on one mine. Very important part of the strategy. Actually, it decides if you lose the game or win the game in a situation where you don't win initially, because you have to think about the situation where you don't win initially. And he had the game won, but I do this bullshit with my workers and I get ahead. Because his micros, I just abuse the fact that my micro is better, which in this situation I shouldn't be able to do, but I had really good micro and I was stressed out. That was stressful. He wants to poke and prod. Now he's 2 workers ahead, but 2 workers when your micro is worse. I could have saved more workers. I could have saved at least 2, maybe 4 or 5 workers by pulling them off the line. I get this kata did like a journey through here to here, and finally it gets home at the 12-minute mark. 2 base versus 2 base at the 12-minute mark. That's what I do to this game. I just ruin everything. You're supposed to take your 4th base at 7 minutes. What is this? What is? But he decides to go home. I decide to follow a little bit. Ooh, I have a Coke. This is gonna be fun. I can go get another Coke, but it gives me like ghost burps. And it was the top of this Coke right out of the box. It was greasy, so I don't know what that tells you. I mine out my main. The main or mines out around 1340, so you gotta be careful of that. He never found my workshop. Yeah, he hasn't even scouted that far. That's kind of bad. I want to... This is so cool. Look at this fight. It didn't look like I was ahead, but snakes are pretty good. And katas are kind of bad. This fight is crazy. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm kind of... I don't want to congratulate myself, but I'm kind of a pretty cool player for taking that fight. That's so pog. I love to see that. But now we're in the same situation, but I sort of have a unit disadvantage again. I'm counting on sort of the situation where I can bait out kata shots and stuff. I send my whole army to scout that 4th base is not there. He goes to fight this, and I know it's my situation to get on top of whatever's left there. He has werewolves, so I think this is going to be a really bad situation for me. I don't have any upgrades, and I don't have any animal testing labs. We'll watch a game later where upgrades come really into play. It's the one we just played. We've been sort of practice partners the past few days. And he's been winning, so he must play a C2 or something. Kind of really annoying situation. Ooh. And I take a big hit. And I'm on 3 base, he's on 3. He's going up to 4 base. really, really unfortunate situation where I don't even know what's going on. He's uses his whole army to scout this part of the map. Apparently it's like a hot destination. That's like the Vegas of Ravaged. Everyone, 1.8 million people gambling. Hey, I'm gonna get in trouble. He wants like all the worker kills with this one wolf. I don't know why he isn't killing me. He has wares and I don't, but he doesn't know that if we check the worker count, I have 41 workers, he has 36. But I just got my third castle up, so I have like oversaturation somewhere. No? Oh yeah, I have oversaturation here. But you know, you have to build things, so if he has to build things, he's in a bad position with only 12 workers per mine. And this is where it gets really sad, because there's too many wares and I can't just back up and dodge smash all day. There's not really much for me to do here. He wants to get Imba Smash. I think I'm in a good position because I see the katas. I'm getting +1 attack, but apparently a lot of his snakes died and his katas died and stuff. But I actually don't remember who won this game. I thought I lost this game. Yeah, I guess this is the right game. Yeah, I should've, if I had just saved more workers in that fight at my second base. I'm gonna lose this castle. I'm making 7 wolves at a time. He wants to stop this base going up. My castle goes down, but I'm holding on like a cheeky one, kind of sort of being a little bit cheeky. This happens. He actually does a split push to take out my 4th base. It actually works out for him since he's ahead, but if I could just kill a bunch of snakes, then I'd be ahead. That wasn't really my thought process at the time, but like, obviously I would have thought that it would have been good. His wear is really glitching out at 16 times. Oh, this smash is terrible. It's like, yeah, that's like oh, that's like yeah, the dragon's coming. Okay. 30 times 3 times 15 is it's like a $500 damage smash. Yeah. The werewolf with the smash ability really cool, but it's so annoying. I got so annoyed with it that I took it out of a map at one point. I took it out of Lotto too. Yeah, the dragons come in, and that sort of spells the end when he's on 6th base. GG. Summer Morris can play macro. That's interesting to see. Oh, Haffy and Daz are on. That's cool. Cool beans. Yeah. This is the game I was talking about a second ago. This guest in the top left is Some Remorse. This is me in the blue trunks on the bottom right side, and he's in the top left. Guest 120 is Some Remorse. This happens. Did a lot of damage to the workers when there was a tower there. But I think he has to sort of stop me from getting back there, basically. I go for the double expand. Macro 2 dens situations. He has an opportunity to push since I went for the double expand. He hasn't scouted it. He's gonna do a really nice split push in a second. And I'm not gonna catch it, and it's gonna get really bad for me. Oh my god, look. Like ships in the night. I wanna get on top and kill that one worker, but I'm about to like have this whole bad situation. I realized his army went out, and I was like, oh, but I don't have a tower at my base. I take a bunch of damage on my workers. If I was a little bit faster, I could have gotten a full surround at the blind spot on the ramp with my workers. But he has less wolves, and he's taken some damage from workers and stuff, so he sort of gets all pulled all over the place. I don't know why he doesn't take this fight. I think he sees snakes. I have +1 attack on the way. He doesn't have an animal testing lab. And he builds his animal testing labs here, which you'll see what happens. I build a tower. Figure he's gonna scout and fight my third base, which he does. But he has 3 snakes, I have 2 snakes, but I'm willing to not really give him the fight and stuff. And I have snakes pooling up here. He fights my workers, he fights the tower. He's like trying to pull me out of position. I have to give up my third, and I have a bunch of snakes in my main. I realized that. He didn't want to surround and find my wolves there. My workers couldn't really do much. And he lets me back into the game. Crazy. Really unfortunate for him. He could have pulled multiple types of wins there. And he's not watching here. He's not watching. Oh no. So bad. But I think he was worn out from too many games that day, and being forced to play by the tournament and stuff. But it was 2 fun tournaments. I played in both of them, like I said earlier. Big shout outs to CE, and my wolves start glitching and go up on the high ground. I check his upgrades. You can't see that I do that, but I check his upgrades, and I see that I'm an upgrade ahead. So I just want to take the fight as much as humanly possible, beastfully possible. He's giving me these little pick-offs, and I was macroing, and I sort of get pulled out of position, and I figured that I'm ahead enough to take this fight, and I was not, and it's sort of, this happens. I didn't actually see what happened in the game. I was like macroing while this happened, and I think he may have only lost because he was a little uncomfortable with the map. See, my fourth is going up, and he doesn't have a fourth in production. His animal testing labs go up. I have my second animal testing lab built, and now I have +2 headed to +4. He has +0 with halfway done two labs. Yeah, he needed a fourth. He builds his fourth on location at the fourth base, or you could really take this base, and this base in any order. I actually like to take this as the fifth, but I figured that he would see this, and I figured he wouldn't see this, so I sort of made this little split-second decision that actually saved me a lot of headache. His snakes are pooling. My army is at 120, but I have my 2 houses, so I'm gonna go up to 140. I'm waiting for my upgrades to finish. +2 versus +0 would be good for me to fight now. He doesn't have any wolves with this army, so I'm not sure what's happening. He has 7 den. I have 7 den. Do I have this one hotkeyed? Might not have that one hotkeyed. That's bad. And his upgrades are on the way. I have +2 finishing. He made a bunch of wolves, so now he can tank for his snakes. I take some damage, but then I realize that he's parked there. No chance of a counterattack, and I start hitting the castle, and I sort of pre-split here, get my snakes behind the wolves. He has wolf sprint, so he uses that. He doesn't have enough wolves. We're both maxed, or we were maxed. Sorry, he was at like 140 or something. I have +4. His upgrades just finished. But I don't know if they just finished, so I don't know if he's thinking with upgrades. He wants to pull back there again, but I can't really give him that opportunity anymore, because he's my opponent, so I sort of have this mindset where I have to cast him down. Snipe this worker. I see it building an upgrade, so of course I don't want it to do that. I take a tiny amount of damage, but yeah. With the upgrade difference, he's not going to be building up. I have +5 and +1 armor on the way, so yeah, it's GG. But Summer Morris did a really good job this game. I think he just doesn't play much Light Shades. Like, I've played like maybe 20 games on Light Shades, so there's a lot of reasons why He could have been doing good and still took this loss. Yeah, he got out-snaked. He built too many snakes, actually. I had a bunch of wolves tanking, and I was building wolves that whole time, so you can see snakes, snake-wolf good. Snakes are not very good versus werewolves. If he had gone for wares, I might have been in a much worse position. That would have been really annoying. He had 7 dens, so he definitely could have. I got +1 armor. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Oh, and I had cattle drops built. Mined out my main. Some remorse. Let's see if we can find what I want to find. Oh no. I don't know which game it is. We're gonna watch this one, but it might not be a great game. I don't know. It might be one-sided or something. But I have a Coke, so that's mainly what we're focusing on. I think he's told me this before. Oh shit. I doxed myself. Should probably edit that shit out. That's bad. I think this game was played yesterday night. He's not macroing, so that's bad. Oh, sorry, he was just saving for his castle. He decides to go around. He gets surrounded on one wolf. I have to go around. He snipes a tower that I was building. Yeah, this game is one-sided as heck. I didn't realize about this fight. He has a bunch of low wolves. I sort of have to go back to try and kill them, but they gain so much health so quickly. That's what's crazy about the regen on wolves. The regen. I dropped my second base. He's doing this. Oh yeah, this game is kind of crazy, but it's just a micro fest. Doesn't really... I guess he took a lead by doing what he did, but yeah, this game is fun to watch. He does that. Bad move. That's like a third base, fifth base type of move. He has a bunch of katas just like vortexing in here. What the hell? Okay, this is on the way. I was not excited when I saw what was happening. The manor house. That's so funny. Now he only has 3 katas with this. I'm just using 2 control groups. I could lose the game at any second, so I'm holding on for dear life. I don't want to let him gain the W with this strat. Luckily, I lost that snake, but like, I only have 3 snakes now. I'm just like trying to get in a situation where I have things that shoot air, but like, he kills that house. I'm making a lot of houses. Another snake goes down. Now I have 5 snakes. I haven't scouted this yet, but I'm gonna scout for it. He loses an airship. I get my airship ballista. Going for upgrades. I took this base. Yeah, I didn't want to have too much stacking workers here, so I transferred them here. Yeah, this game, pretty interesting, but it's kind of not the most perfect. Yeah, I scout that. Oh, I scouted that a while ago, but I just saw it now. I've parked, or I'm moving this hotkey. I'm waiting for this hotkey. Pushing with that hotkey, he has a ballista. But my plan is to defend it with just, I parked a wolf here on accident and managed to scout a lot of stuff. Oh, this happens. Crazy moment. Somehow I still managed the dub surround. I mean, like, I lost like 5 wolves, but then like he has to pick up. That looked cool. I'm like, why is my ballista not here? I didn't pick it up with this airship. This base, I killed a castle. I didn't pick up the ballista. I'm using the airship. He thinks that I have a ballista in the airship. But my ballista comes out from the Advanced Workshop. Snakes get the dub on an airship with 2 katas in it. Oh, sorry, that airship gets away with 1 health. I thought I got it in the game. Free kata. That kata was like, no, I die for honor. Noble sacrifice. I'm writing a movie, Noble Sacrifice, about that kata's time. See it in theaters October 58th. Yeah, this game was a doozy. I mean, I'm ahead, but like, imagine he gets like a crazy swoop and kills 30 workers. Suddenly I'm behind. 54 workers to 26. I'm 3,000 gold ahead. But I'm playing Beast, so it's like, oh, just lose your whole army. You don't know. Oh, just lose your whole army. Yeah, I knew about what happened with the airship, so I'm committed to using a ground army to clean this up. So the airship with the ballista comes through. But he has ballistas, so he has like the dominant drop. I think that's cool. I immediately int because I'm not gonna let a tower get up. This is the airship that went down. His 4th base is coming up. I end up taking a ton of bases at once right now. But I'm not going for a full Silent Fjord right side economy because I took this base and thinking about this base, I thought about this base and that base, so I wasn't going for the mech style full right side. Although I did get all those bases. Although mech tends to take this base too if you get ahead and you're greedy. Yeah, his army is really small, but it's been annoying all game. So I think he doesn't want to lose this army, so probably sensitive about losing units that have done so much to keep me on the back foot. Catapults. I'm on +2, moving up to +5. I don't know if apparently he doesn't really succeed at doing stuff in 2 places at once. But like, I think he can do stuff in 2 places at once. He denies this base, but I sort of get under the drop, and he is forced to move it around a little bit, so I have kata sense for dodging kata shots and hitting kata shots, so that's nice. That watchtower dying is going to open up the 2x2 avenue for my army to get through to this side. So I'm going to go through that. Yeah. He picks up and goes to the other side. at the cost of some health and some katas. I'm maxed out and I have 1.5k bank. I'm making plus 3 armor. I do have plus 5 attack. And I want to throw away some supplies so I can go into mass dragons as well. That's sort of my moves. Yeah, I have to normalize making wares and stuff, but I don't even like using Smash, so if I have to use Smash to win, it's just like, just don't even play the game. Don't even put myself in that situation where I have to do that. It's just annoying. Yeah, the tower's gonna go up. I learned to put this tower behind and the tower in front. There's 5k in this mine. What was always weak was this avenue. So he has a kata bouncing around. I don't know if it was doing that in the game, but that's what it's doing now. He drops on the low ground and I'm just like, nope, not gonna have to deal with that necessarily. I have a ballista walking in. Always a bad sign, but in this case, actually good. When you have a lot of ballistas walking in, you know, that's sometimes in mech versus mech or some games, that's when you know the game is over. Does he have upgrades? He has no upgrades. My armor is gonna blot out the sun of the 58 catapult damage. I walk up onto the high ground and he GG's out. Yeah, if we look at my stuff, I have like a lot of bases. Yeah. GG. Let's see, I wanted to go for an hour. Maybe we're good. Yeah, I think the only person I showed games versus today was Some Remorse. Yeah, this is replay dump 6. Thanks. Maybe we'll do one more game. Here we go. Versus a little bit worse of a player, but still good. This is Pro Smat 2. Who we played earlier today. He does the Worker Scout really bad. Worker Scout isn't viable. I had to check for a tower. And this is the worker I keep on control group 5. Gets us around. He must play Protoss. The way he moves his workers looks like probes, not really drones or SCVs. I take my second base. I take my third base. But this fight is really interesting because I'm trying to get him to hit his own wolves with the catapult shots. Powerball. I can't really stop the full scout, so that's kind of embarrassing. But he drops an advanced workshop. Yeah, that fight was long and intense. Yeah, some remorse was speccing, and he got to know all the details on my strategy. Really annoying. Oh yeah, this fight. It feels like it's just one fight that just continues because all you see is the kata shot. Yeah, but everyone lagged out multiple times earlier, so this was the decider where whoever lagged out lost, so nobody could lag out. This dragons is happening. I usually don't make dragons, and I usually don't go for a strong dragon tech switch, but this game it was actually appropriate because I figured out that he really wanted to make katas, even though it seemed like katas are strong, so it's like one of his only options. When he actually, I don't know if he lag switched, but he lost a game earlier, and he sort of lagged out after he had already lost, so it just gets really worrisome to keep winning games when so I have 3 dragons out. I get on top of the katas and I start hitting them, but he moves and and I got really lucky with some kata shots that were hitting own katas, but he still has some units left, and I evacuate the workers to this base, which was nice. Kill all the workers, katas. Yeah. Apparently I lost a bunch of workers at this base. I'm gonna see what happens now. This worker was out of place because I changed my rally accidentally to the middle of the map. And yeah, Prostman not as solid macro, but he's still good, so I stopped his third base from building. I didn't know I was already going to be up against like 3 ballista. 49 workers to 15. I just sack the dragons and go for worker kills. He's down to 4 workers, so, and I have 51. But I do need to make an army if I want to finish this game. GG. Yeah, this was a tournament win actually for me. In the pop-up tournament, consciously eating through today. And then I moved on, obviously, to the finals where I faced consciously eating, and we're not gonna... that is, this game, but I lost this game. It was a macro game though, so I obviously did well enough. But what happened was I was behind economically because I went macro 2-den versus his he went fast expand into 2-den, and Yeah, I couldn't do any damage really. So I was behind the whole game, and then I lost by being like 4K gold behind by the end of the game because I lost some fights too. Yeah, and it's really annoying because a lot of times CE does. Oh, Constantly Eating is like the only guy that watches my videos. So hi, if you're watching, I hope you really enjoy this. Hi, CE. We like you, CE. You're the best. But But CE, he actually he'll play like meme builds in a lot of his games, and then like it won't be the strongest build to win the game, and then when he plays versus me, he always pulls out like solid macro play, and I basically have a good understanding of all the builds in the game. As far as I know, I see a new one every once in a while. Sometimes it's Consciously Eating that shows them to me. But like the game I cast where he proxied Cata Drops, that was a doozy. I don't like playing versus Cata Drops. Feels like you get way too far ahead micro wise just from a build order. But it is difficult. But then like CE obviously his micro is really strong, so he gets the worker kills with it, and then I'm just behind, and it's like, yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Replay Dump 6. I hope you liked it. I had fun making this video, but I'm getting these weird burps from this frickin' dirty Coke. I opened the Coke and the top of it was like greasy, or had Coke on it already. How do you get I guess they poured the Coke into the can and then they put the top on. I don't know if you've seen like production lines videos, but they put like the whole top on at once after they pour the drink in. When does ladder season end? When you get out of Div 2. Jokes aside, when does it end? The fighter being based. Thank you, the fighter. Bullying. But you see that sometimes. Happy's got valuable time, so obviously if he talks to you, maybe his valuable time rubbed off on you. Thanks for watching, guys. I've finished making this video, so I get to watch a comedy special on Netflix now, so that's gonna be really fun. I've been looking forward to it I was looking forward to it earlier, and then I forgot about it while I was making this video. But yeah, bye guys.